much more than one tax. You have federal tax that goes to the federal government. You have state tax. On my paycheck, I pay, on the dollar amount, I pay 33% of what I make to the federal government. I pay state taxes on the paycheck to the state government of Wisconsin. Every year I pay property tax on my property, the house and the land. Everything you buy in America, you pay a sales tax on. Some of the sales tax is quite high. For example, in America, right now, a gallon of gas, I think, is about $2.80 a gallon. 78 cents of that price is tax. I know for a fact, I don't smoke anymore, I used to, but right now a pack of cigarettes in America is about $6 a pack. $2.50 of that is sales tax, tax on tobacco. They tax everything. Everything you buy has taxes on it, except for some food you buy don't have tax.
Oh, I just read the news. It says New York State has a new tax. It's called obesity tax.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Pay tax if you're too heavy.
That means if you sell drinks with sugar in it, then you pay tax.
Well, New York State is looking for a way to get more income. And this way, if they have this obesity tax, they can tax all food from we call them fast food joints, if you know what that is. McDonald's, Burger King, Pizza Hut, all the fast food places, they can tax all the food that comes out of there. Before they couldn't. Now they can. If you go to a restaurant, a good restaurant, and have dinner, you don't pay tax on your meal. If you go to McDonald's and have a hamburger and a fries and a big drink, you pay tax on it. And this is just, the federal government and the state governments are always trying to find new ways to get a little more money coming in. And the only way they get more money coming in is by making new taxes or raising the taxes you already pay. Well, with the obesity tax, they found a new one. Oh, we got a pot of gold. We can make money on this one. Now, if you don't eat in those places, you don't pay the tax.
Milk is not included.
No. No, milk is a solid food. It's one of the good foods, but anything with sugar in it, anything with a lot of fat in it, as I said, fast food joints, hamburger joints, Colonel Sanders, any of the fast food places, they're the ones where you'll pay that tax. And again, as I said, federal government, state governments are always trying to find a new way to create a new tax because the economy's in a slowdown. People aren't working, they're not going out to buy as much stuff. The states and the federal government aren't getting as much tax money, so they need to find ways to create some new taxes so we can maybe get some more money coming in. And once they create this tax and you start paying it, it will never go away. It's there forever. And the price of the tax will never go down. It'll go up. The percentage you pay will go up. It will never go down. Politicians are very good at that. Once we have this money, we can't give it back. We'd like to think we can give it back, but when we want to do it, it hurts and we can't. Never get it back. They can only take more. And the other really interesting thing about the federal government with their taxes is they want you to believe that they can handle your money better than you can. You're not responsible enough. I have a question for that. I'm not $780 trillion in debt. They are. Are they then better at handling my money than I am? I don't think so. When they want to spend money, they say, that's okay, spend it. We'll get it later. I don't get to operate that way. When I want to buy something, I have to have the money to buy it or I have to wait. The governments don't do that. We want it now. We'll borrow the money. When they borrow the money now, they borrow it from one place, China. The U.S. is China's biggest customer. We owe them so much money that we can't begin to think about paying it back. And if they get tired of waiting and say, hey, pay up, the bill is due, we're going to be in serious trouble, more than we are now financially. All China has to do is say, pay up. I believe that all the money that Bush spent in Iraq, we borrowed from China.
Oh.
And they keep saying, have a little more. That's good for us, bad for you, but have a little more. But that kind of is how taxes work in our country. And I don't know how they work here. I don't know what you pay. For us, we say we pay through the nose with our taxes. It's like going to the doctor. Every year you pay, every year by the 15th of April you have to have your taxes paid, your property taxes and your federal income tax. If you don't have it paid, every day you're late, they fine you.
What if you don't pay your taxes?
They will come and talk to you, and they'll say you need to pay this.
It's
After
called
they've-
IRS.
IRS. After they've talked to you 3 times, the IRS agents will come and they will take everything you own. They will sell it, pay off what you owe them, and if there's anything left, give you back what's left. If there's nothing to sell, they'll put you in jail. Now, if you go to jail, you can't pay them back, they don't care. But the IRS you don't fool with the IRS. They can make your life so miserable. When they say pay up, it's time to pay up. If you have to go to the bank and borrow the money, pay up.
Wow.
You've heard of the term Big Brother? The IRS is Big Brother.
Oh, they're everywhere,
And
watching you.
Yeah, and he knows how much you make. The company I work for, everybody that works, when the company pays you, they have to notify, the IRS knows what you made. Exactly, to the penny. They know how much you owe them. And on April 15th, if you haven't paid them, they'll come see you. Like, pay up. And if you're late, pay the fine. And every day you're late, the fine gets a little bit bigger. So it's a good idea not to be late. Most people don't know these things about the U.S. and they're going to say, wow, you live like that. I mean, it doesn't sound good, but it's the truth. You work, you pay taxes, and they leave you alone. If you work and don't pay taxes, they'll pay you a visit, and it won't be friendly. So there is a